I'm going to transition into our first section of the programming for today, and this is something we absolutely love to do every year, and that is recognizing the Young Artist Award winner. We're in appreciation of our strong partnership with the National PTA for working with us on that. I know that Ethan is here from the National PTA and Alexandria is here as the Maryland PTA rep. We're grateful for you to work with us on that. This year's award winner is actually rather local. Abby Huston is from Middleton High School in Myersville, Maryland. Abby's an artist inside and out. She's played piano since 7th grade. And as you can see from the cover of the program, not only is she talented as a piano player, she's talented with the brush, acrylic paint, and as I understand it, a Sharpie, right? So please join me in welcoming Abby to the stage, as well as my boss, Jeremy Anderson, who's going to spend some time visiting with her.
Thank you. So Abby, thank you for joining us here this morning and for taking time out of your busy day. And congratulations on the award.
Thank you.
We're really excited to have this that we do every year with the National PTA, and in this case with the Maryland PTA. And I want to just kind of ask you more personal questions to help the audience get a feel for some of the successes you've had and how it's been moving through some of the different classes you've taken with arts. So start off talking to us a little bit about the piece you have that's on the cover of our program, The Hue of Music, and kind of what did that feel like as you were creating it, and what does that mean to you?
Okay, so the piece is about self-expression, and I like to play the piano, and I feel like I express myself through my music, so I did a painting that expressed how I play the piano and how I express myself through that. And I used the colors as different emotions and representing time periods of my life that I went through, so.
That's great. So you are a 16-year-old senior in high school, correct?
Yes.
So you've had quite a lot of successes along the way.
Well, I turn 17 next month.
That's still a young senior.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how some of the education classes you've had have helped to mold you, whether it's with some of the work you've done with some of the visual arts or some of the work you've been able to do with music.
Well, you know, I started off, you know, in elementary school, and everyone has to take those art classes. But I realized that I didn't like math, and I loved art, the arts, like music and stuff. Like when I was little, I listened to like Saint-Saëns, Carnival of the Animals, or Peter and the Wolf, and I just really liked it a lot. I listened to opera. I like to go to art museums. But now that I'm in high school, I've taken a lot more drawing and painting classes. I took some theater in middle school. And this year I'm in this thing, a magnet program at my school called the Academy of the Fine Arts. And there I spend the first half of my day studying music, and then I go back to my home school, take a math class, and then I take drawing and painting again. So 3 out of my 4 classes this year are art related.
So you have the entire morning that's focused on music because of the magnet school and you being accepted into that.
Yeah.
And has that magnet school been around for a while?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So talk a little bit about how technology might have helped you. I mean, you are from a new generation. Many of us in the audience talk about hiring and working with the millennial generation, but with your birth year, you're actually kind of on the cusp of the end of the millennial generation, the beginning of Generation Z. And Generation Z, as they're calling it, is that generation where your entire experience in grade school and into high school, you've had technology at your fingertips almost everywhere you go. How has that changed you?
Well, being able to like have my phone with me in class allows me to listen to whatever music I want to listen to. So that's really nice. Being able to listen to music is sort of the same thing for me as practicing, because then, you know, you hear music. But also at the Academy of the Fine Arts, we have a technology class, a music technology class, where we have can compose our own pieces on the computer, and it's really cool.
So do you have a favorite piece you've ever performed? What was that like?
When I was in 10th grade, I performed the Moonlight Sonata at my piano recital, and needless to say, I nailed it, and it was it was really awesome, and I felt pretty great afterwards because everyone loved it, and that's when it sort of clicked for me that like I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and it made me happy. So
That's great. Any thoughts about colleges or what you want to do after graduation in May?
it's still up in the air. I haven't exactly decided yet. So
But lots of options on the
yes,
table, I'm
lots
sure.
of options.
That's good. So we've got a room full of a lot of policymakers, people who support the arts and education and do a lot of work in trying to make changes in policy to advance arts and education. Is there anything you would tell them that would be helpful for them to know from your experiences in the classroom?
Yes. So there are 2 points. The first one is that it's a student perspective, and it's the fact that not everyone is going to go into a STEM career. And I feel like schools have put people who are good at like STEM into this category of really intelligent people, and the people in the arts not so intelligent, and that's not really true. The fact is that there's different kinds of intelligences. There's people who are good at STEM, and then people who are good at arts. And I think we need to recognize that. And then from a world perspective, I think we need to realize that, the arts have made a great impact on the world. If everyone was an engineer, then the world would be boring, so we need arts. That's where we get our movies and our music, and they are vital to our culture, so, yeah.
So what plans do you have for using some of your art experiences in the future? Maybe with college, but even beyond.
So, first let me just say what I've learned through the arts, just big category things. Like, I've learned how to be more observant and analytical, and being able to criticize and interpret. And these things have helped me like in English class or in math class. So those skills I have learned can help me in college or in my future career, whatever it's going to be. So
That's great. And any career aspirations?
not right now. I really don't know.
That's okay. Most of us didn't know at your age either. Many of us are still trying to figure that out. So talk a little bit about what it feels like to get this award. I mean, this is a major national award, and it's truly an honor that you've earned in all capacities. We honored you through showing the visual media that you presented on our program, but what does it feel like to you as an artist?
Well, this is all a bit overwhelming because I didn't really expect this to happen. I entered it into the PTSA contest, and they're like, "Yeah, you got second place in the state of Maryland." And I'm like, "That's awesome." And they're like, "Hey, also you won this national award." I'm like, "What?" Whoa. So it feels really nice to not only be accomplished as a pianist, but as an artist too. So.
That's great. Any words of advice that you would give to the people in the audience about how they can help in the schools with promoting more arts or making a difference in some of the policies?
I don't really know. You're all art people, so I guess just keep doing what you're doing.
I do want to take a quick moment to not only thank Ethan Clark and Alexandria Briggs Blake, who's with the National PTA and with the Maryland PTA, who are at the table over here, for their involvement in this. And I also want to make sure to highlight Abby's father, Mike, who has been able to join us also, who is sitting. He's back there so we can get pictures. We're excited at the Arts Education Partnership to be able to work with the PTA nationally and in states to promote artists like this and to have this kind of award every year. And so please join me in congratulating Abby on her amazing achievements, and here's to many more years of success for you.